What is up, guys? Welcome back for another one. This time, we are going to talk about who we think is going to be the killer for Chapter 32, the 8th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this gets uploaded on the 7th of May, 1 week to the day before the anniversary stream, where we have to assume they will announce this. So, this will be up for a week, giving us ample time to predict. And I think with it being the 8th anniversary, why not give us 8 potential options? The most likely. I'm going to be honest with you though. I was hard pressed to find 8. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and they start stretched real real deep in the pocket. And then later later when we get closer to the 1, 2, 3, the top 3 plausibles. Very plausibles. So let's just start with 8. Let's just knock it out. Predator. I got a feeling that they're keeping that in their back pocket. Um, there was rumors about it before. There's no reason it couldn't come up. And honestly, I just have it on here because um, I was trying to find an 8th, and that was pretty much it. So I'm gonna just move on. I really don't have much to say. I highly doubt it would be Predator. That was just to put a name on here. Kind of going with that 7, but I do think is more like leaps and bounds more likely, but still very unlikely, is Vecna from Stranger Things. I think that there's a lot of things to analyze about the fact that that Stranger Things and Dead by Daylight came back together, brought back the Demogorgon, Nancy, Steve, Hawkins Laboratory. I think that there's a lot to be said about all of that, and I think that with all of that, we could be looking at another Stranger Things chapter down the road. Um, and I think that when that day comes, Vecna is the most logical, probably with um, I would assume Hopper as the survivor. I just don't see it here. Um, I see that being closer to when Stranger Things final season is getting ready to come out. Um, but there have been people putting things together saying that the shape of the 8 on the anniversary trailer or teaser image, the shapes made out of it kind of look like Vecna's fingers, and they do, but they also just kind of look like the entity's tendril arm things. So I think that's a stretch, but possible. Moving on to 6, um, I don't think we're gonna get this. Um, but there was a lot of success with its movie. I know they're getting ready to do a 10th anniversary celebration. Um, a FNAF chapter is very possible, at least in the near future. I still stand on I don't think FNAF is a big enough license to use on an anniversary when there are other license options or even original characters that have more hype to them. But there's no denying that the FNAF movie was a um, very fair to say success. Very enjoyable to most. I even enjoyed it, and I'm not a FNAF diehard like some people I know. Um, if we get a FNAF movie chapter, obvious killer would be Springtrap. Um, my biggest holdup on that is I unless it's the security guard, but I don't know that we ever actually get a visual representation of the security guard. I don't know who the survivor would be. I can't imagine they do an anniversary chapter without a survivor at this point. Um, so that's the only reason I'm really kind of ruling out Springtrap, but I do have Springtrap above Stranger Things Vecna right now. Number 5, I think that this would be worthy of a anniversary chapter. I think this caliber is definitely up there. And that would be Friday the 13th, specifically, obviously, Jason Voorhees, probably Tommy Jarvis as a survivor. The only reason I don't think we're getting that yet is because I just don't think that the lawsuit ended long enough ago for them to get everything organized. And in all honesty, none of the teasers have given any inclination that it would be that. And they're normally, I would say subtle, but also not so subtle. There are definitely clear clues when you look at things. You're like, oh, I should have put this together. I'm not seeing anything that could really be Jason, so I don't have him in my top 4, in the top half of my predictions. He's kind of the last of the probably nots, the more than likely nots. As we get into the top 4, they become much more plausible, and with each one even more probable. So with that being said, number 4, Dracula. Dracula's been long standing as a rumor. Leakers have been suggesting Dracula coming soon. They've been teasing him, or at least vampires in general, in the tomes for quite some time now. The only reason I have Dracula down at 4 and not higher is because rumors, leakers, all of that are suggesting that we're probably looking more at chapter 33 being Castlevania. And if that's the case, then we're not going to get Dracula here. That's just a no-brainer. But that's really the only thing holding him down at 4, is that the leaks and rumors suggest he's after the anniversary. Not yet. So I'm going to move on to number 3. And I don't have like a name, so to speak, for this character. This would definitely be an original. But it's the spider creature that was kind of teased in one of the tomes several tomes ago. I think that with the spider creature being teased for quite some time, for those of you that don't pay attention to the maps and the aesthetics and stuff like that, next time you're on Macmillan, look around for the water tower. There's a giant like cocoon thing that's just been hatched open for quite some time. Don't think that's just there for no reason. Definitely could be a spider. And I know that this is kind of like a, hey, no shit, Pip kind of moment, but 8th anniversary, the 8th made out of the shapes that they look like the tendrils for the entity, but they also kind of look like spider legs. And I don't know if y'all knew this, but spiders kind of have 8 of those. It's a stretch. It is my least of my, like, it is, there's a reason it's at 3 and not at 1 or 2. I think that it's in the top 3. I do. I think that it's very possible. I just don't think it's probable. The reason for that is because number 2, and a lot of people are going to be like, no, Pip, there's no way. There's no way, Pip. That's fine. I'll go into this one alone. Frank Stone. And I know a lot of y'all are thinking there's no way they would do that before, you know, his game comes out. It would ruin his lore. Maybe not. They could probably keep a lot of lore hush hush, build a little bit of hype about Frank Stone, and Anniversary Chapter feels like a total logical place to put Frank Stone, their big adventure into solo games. The Anniversary stream is going to probably tease his solo game, which is supposed to come out this year. He makes so much sense as an Anniversary Chapter for promo purposes on his game. And there's 3 things, 3 that are leaning me towards Frank Stone right now. 1, in the promo poster for the 8th anniversary, there are 3 skulls. One of them is wearing a mask / helmet kind of thing that looks very similar to his. It might not be exact, but I think they know what they were doing with that tease. Could be a red herring, Probably is, but very similar. 2, the PTB image. Now, this isn't something I noticed on my own. I noticed the mask on my own. This I didn't notice on my own. So I saw this on X. And well done to the people that caught this. Multiple people caught this. The PTB image on the roadmap has green skies. And I know some of you are like, what does that matter? Green skies are not common in Dead by Daylight. They very rarely exist. And they existed very prevalently in the casting of Frank Stone trailer. That is a connection, in my opinion. I don't know why they would use a green sky for that PTB image if it wasn't going to be a green sky map. And that being said, anniversary chapter, good time to do a map. They haven't always done that. We all know that. But the last couple of years they have. Actually, let me think. Anniversary 7, we got Singularity. He got his own map. Before that was Dredge, got their own map. Before that was it Silent Hill or Resident Evil that came first? I'm trying to remember. I know that 4 and 5 were Silent Hill. Resident Evil was 5 because Silent Hill was 4, and the 4 looked like Pyramid Head's head. So yeah, so 4 was Silent Hill, got its own map. 5 was Resident Evil, got its own map. So for the last 4 anniversaries in a row, they've gotten their own map. I think that could be a blatant teaser. And then there's this last one, and I don't know how many people have caught this, but I think that this is very interesting. Our most recent map, the movie theater. If you do the gen in the movie theater, a lot of you know that it will turn on the projector and you can watch a little movie, and it's not much, barely anything, honestly. But that small clip that plays, it is part of a teaser on the casting of Frank Stone's Twitter page or X page. Now, again, could just be, hey, Pip, they're just trying to tease it, get people excited for it. And I get that. But little coincidence, maybe not. Just going to throw out a little detail for you, and you can go fact check me if you want. If you turn the generator on and start the projector, it has a countdown. Classic movie reel countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, play movie. It starts at 8. I'm just saying, that feels interesting to me that they would choose to start it at the number 8 specifically. Not 10, not 5, 8. Almost as if they were telling us the whole time, hey, this is your 8th anniversary chapter. But it is not my number 1 pick. I like the Frank Stone pick. That's what I'm personally leaning towards. But Smart Money says that it's going to be Vecna from D&D, not Stranger Things. That's the other reason Vecna from Stranger Things is so low on this, is because Vecna from D&D has been the number 1 thing that leakers and data miners have been saying for months. There are people who got the last 3 chapters in a row correct. Alan Wake, Chucky, The Unknown. And they said, up next is Vecna, and then after that is Castlevania. When you have a track record of 3 in a row, you gain a lot of credibility. Vecna would be a huge name, one of the biggest villains in all of D&D history. The only thing that hinders me from wanting to say it would be Vecna would be, who do you make the survivor? But I guess you could just make the survivor a very generic character, and then they could have so much customization options. Cosmetic galore. But I don't know that there's a lot of evidence in these teasers that we've gotten recently to suggest Vecna, but data miners have been saying it, leakers have been saying it for quite some time. And when your track record is you batting 100 on the last 3, you got to be trusted. So that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know where you guys stand. You guys got a week until the anniversary chapter. My goal, as long as nothing drastic changes, is to stream stream along with the anniversary chapter on the 14th. So please come by on Twitch, PipKiller94. Hang out with us on the stream if you want to, if you're not doing anything, and let's see how right or wrong we are. But my brain is saying it's either Frank Stone or Vecna from D&D, with a very outlier being the Spider. The rest of them, I wouldn't count on it. But who knows? Those are just my top 8. It could be somebody completely different. Maybe it's Slender Man. I mean, I don't know if anybody would be happy or sad about Slender Man being the anniversary. If we got him randomly, I think people would be cool with it. But anniversary, we'll see. Not the point. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know who you think it's going to be. Let me know if you've caught any clues that I didn't. Let me know what you think about the clues I caught. And with all that being said, as always, I am Pip. Y'all are the greatest. And when in doubt, we'll see you in the fog. See ya!